Sorry, comrade, but we won't be able to help you like we thought, Comrade Yusupov said to Artyom in a more familiar tone than usual. Now we won't be able to return here for a while. We're going to our reserve base at Zevodskaya. If you want, you can join the Bouquet. Artyom had to still himself again and refuse the offer, but it was easier this time. He was seized by a cheerful sort of desperation. The whole world was against him. Everything was going awry. However, the obstacles that the tunnels put in the way of his mission had awoken in Artyom a rage. This obstinate rage relit his weakening vision with a rebellious fire, devouring in him any fear, sense of danger, reason, or force. No, he said firmly and calmly, I have to go. In that case, we'll go together till Pavelskaya, and then we'll part ways, said the commissary, who had remained silent until this point. It's a shame, Comrade Artyom. We need fighters. Near Novokuznetskaya, the tunnel fork, the section car took the left-hand path. When Artyom asked what went on down the right-hand path, they explained that way was barred to them. A few hundred meters into it, there was an advanced post of the Hansa, a veritable fortress. This unremarkable tunnel, it seemed, led directly to the three ring stations, Oktyabrskaya, Dobrinskaya, and Pavelskaya. The Hansa didn't intend to destroy this little inter-tunnel passage and its very important transport link, but it was only used by Hansa secret agents. If someone else tried to approach the advanced post, they would be destroyed immediately without even being given the chance to explain themselves. After traveling a while along the passage, they came upon Pavelskaya. Artyom thought how right his friend at BDNKH had been when he had told him that in the old days you could cross the whole metro system within an hour, and he hadn't believed it at the time. Ah, if only he had a section car like theirs. But anyway, a section car wouldn't really have helped since there were lots of places that you couldn't just pass through like a breeze. No, there was no point in dreaming about it. In this world, there wouldn't be anything like it anymore. In this world, each step required an improbable effort and searing pain. The old days were long gone. The magical, wonderful world was long dead. It didn't exist anymore. There was no point in whining about it for the rest of your life. You had to spit on its grave and never look back. No passeron. There were no patrols visible in front of Pavlovskaya station. Just a group of disheveled people sitting 30 meters from the station's exit, moving aside to let the revolutionaries trolley past and watching it respectfully. What? Nobody lives here? Asked Artyom, trying to make his voice sound calm. He certainly did not want to be left alone in this deserted station without weapons, food, and documents. At Pavlovskaya, Comrade Rusakov looked at him with surprise. Of course they do. So why is there no border guard? Artyom persisted. Because this is Pavlovskaya, Bonsai interrupted, enunciating the syllables for emphasis. Who would bother it? Artyom thought to himself how much he agreed with the ancient sage who said, as he was dying, that the only thing he knows is that he knows nothing. They all talked about the inviolability of Perevalskaya station as if it needed no explanation, as though it was something everybody understood. What do you mean you don't know? Bonsai was incredulous. Just wait and see it for yourself. Pavlovskaya station captured Artyom's imagination at first glance. The ceilings were so high that the flickering flashes of light from the torches that protruded through rings hammered into the walls did not reach the ceiling, creating a frightening and bewitching sense of the infinite directly overhead. Enormous round arches were supported by slender columns that somehow managed to support the mighty bolts. The space between the arches was filled with bronze casting, tarnished, yet in evocation of their past greatness. And although these were only the traditional hammers and sickles, framed as they were by arches, these half-forgotten symbols of a destroyed empire looked as proud and defiant as they did when they were forged. A never-ending row of columns interspersed with the wavering blood-colored torchlights faded off into the incredibly distant haze, and even there it seemed never to stop. The flames that licked the graceful marble pillars 100 or 1,000 paces away seemed simply unable to penetrate the dense, almost palpable gloom. The station once was, to be sure, the residence of the Cyclops, and therefore everything here was gigantic. Did no one dare to encroach upon it simply because it was so beautiful? Bonsai shifted the engine to idle. The trolley rolled slower and slower, gradually coming to a halt, while Artyom kept looking intently at the strange station. What was it all about? Why did nobody bother Pavelskaya? What was so sacred about it? Certainly not only because it looked more like a fairy tale underground palace than a building built for the transportation industry. A whole crowd of ragged and unwashed urchins of all ages gathered around the stopped trolley. They enviously eyed the machine, and one even dared to jump down onto the track and touch the engine respectfully silent, until Fyodor drove him away. That's it, Comrade Artyom. Here our paths diverge. The commander interrupted Artyom's thought. I talked things over with the other comrades, and we decided to give you a little present. Here you go. And he handed Artyom a submachine gun, probably one of those taken off the killed security guards. And here's something more. He placed in Artyom's hand the lamp that had lit the way of the fascist in the black uniform with the mustache. These are all trophies, so take courage from them. They are rightfully yours. We would stay here longer, but we mustn't delay. Who knows how far the fascist bastards will decide to chase us? They certainly won't dare to stick their noses into Pavelskaya. Despite his newly acquired firmness and resolve, Artyom's heart throbbed unpleasantly when Bonsai shook his hands, wishing him success. Maxim slapped him on the shoulder in a friendly way, and bearded Uncle Fyodor thrust him a half-drink bottle of his potion, not knowing what else to give him. There you go. We'll meet again, and we'll be alive. We won't die. Comrade Musakov shook hands once again, and his handsome, manly face grew serious. Comrade Artyom, in parting, I would like to tell you two things. First, believe in your star, as Comrade Ernesto Che Rivera said. Esta la victoria siempre. The second and the most important, no passaron. All the other soldiers raised their right hand in a fist and repeated the slogan, no passaron. There was nothing left for Artyom to do but to also raise his fist and shout the refrain with just as much resolve and revolutionary fervor. No passaron. Although for him personally, the whole ritual was just gobbledygook, but he didn't want to spoil the solemn moment of his departure with stupid questions. Apparently he did everything right, as Comrade Yusupov looked at him with pride and satisfaction and solemnly saluted him. The motor revved louder and enveloped in a blue-gray cloud of smoke, accompanied by an escort of delighted children. The trolley vanished into darkness. Artyom was completely alone again, and farther from home than he had ever been before. The first thing he noticed as he wandered along the platform were the clocks. Artyom counted 4 of them right away. At the BDNKH, time was something rather symbolic, like books, like attempts to set up schools for the children, a demonstration that the station residents continued to care, that they did not want to degenerate, that they were still human beings. But here is seeing clocks played some other kind of role, much more important. Wandering about some more, Artyom noticed other strange things. First, there were no living quarters of any kind at the station, except for some hitched-up subway cars on the second track and on into the tunnel. Only a small part of the train was visible in the hall, which is why Artyom did not notice it right away. Tradesmen of every imaginable kind and workshops were all over the place. There wasn't a single tent to live in, not even a simple screen behind which one could spend the night. Some beggars and tramps were lying around on bedding made just of cardboard. People bustling about the station approached the clocks from time to time. Some who had their own watches would anxiously check them against the red numbers on the display panel, and then go about their business again. If Khan were here, thought Artyom, it would be interesting to hear what he would have to say. Unlike Kitai Garad, where people showed lively interest in travelers, trying to feed them, to sell them something, to get them to visit somewhere. Here, everyone seemed preoccupied with their own affairs. They had no business with Artyom, and his sense of loneliness, which at first was displaced by curiosity, grew stronger and stronger. Trying to ward off a growing depression, He continued observing his surroundings. Artyom expected to see people here who were somehow different with their own characteristic facial expressions, since life at a station like this could not help but leave its mark. At first glance, people were bustling about, shouting, working, arguing, just like anywhere else. But the more closely he looked, and the more the chills went up and down his spine. There was a startling number of young cripples and freaks, one without fingers, one covered with disgusting scabs, with a crude stump in the place of an amputated third hand. The adults were frequently bald and sickly. There were almost no healthy, strong people to be found. Their stunted, deformed look offered a painful contrast to the dark expanse of station in which they lived. In the middle of the broad platform, there were two rectangular apertures leading into the depths. The passageway crossing over to the ring towards the Hansa, but there were neither Hanseatic border guards nor checkpoints, as there were at Prospect Park. Someone had once told Artyom that the Hansa held all its neighboring stations in an iron fist. Note there was clearly something strange going on here. So he did not venture to the opposite edge of the hall. For starters, he had used 5 cartridges to buy himself a bowl of chopped grilled mushrooms and a glass of putrid, bitter-tasting water. He swallowed the muck with disgust, sitting on an overturned plastic box that had once held empty bottles. Then he went over to the train, hoping to get a bit of a rest there, since his strength was failing, and he had been feeling more and more sick as he looked around. But the subway train was quite different from the one at Katai Garage. The cars were all torn up and completely empty, with the seats burnt and fused together. The soft leather sofas had been pulled out and carried off somewhere. There were bloodstains everywhere, and cartridge cases gleamed darkly on the floor. The place was clearly not a proper shelter, but more like a fortress that had withstood more than one siege. Not much time had passed while Artyom looked over the train, but when he returned to the platform, he hardly recognized the station. The counters were empty, the hubbub had died down, and, except for a few tramps clustered on the platform not far from the transfer passage, there was not a single living soul to be seen on the platform. It had become noticeably darker, The torches were extinguished on the side where he had come into the station, and only a few were burning at the center of the hall. But in the distance, at the opposite end, a dying fire was still burning. The clock showed it to be a little after 8 in the evening. What had happened? Artyom hurried on as quickly as the pain in his body would allow him. The crossing was closed on both sides, not just with the usual metal doors, but with sturdy iron gates. It was exactly the same on the second stairway, but one of the gates was still half open, and behind it could be seen solid lattice work, welded like the casements at Tverskaya station, with heavy reinforcement. Behind that had been placed a table, feebly lit with a small lamp, at which sat the guard, a washed-out gray-blue figure. No admission after 8, he snapped, when asked permission to enter. The gate opens at 6 in the morning, and turning away, he let it be understood that the conversation was over. Artyom was taken aback. Why did the life of the station come to an end after 8 in the evening? And what was he to do now? The tramps, having crawled into their cardboard boxes, looked positively repulsive, and he didn't want to go near them, so he decided to try his luck at the fire which glimmered at the opposite end of the hall. It was clear even from afar that standing at the fire was no group of tramps, but rather border guards or something of the kind, silhouetted against the fire. They seemed to be strong male figures, with the sharp contours of automatic weapons visible. But what was there to guard? Sitting there on the platform itself. Guard posts should be set up in tunnels and entrances to the station. The farther away the better, but here, if some sort of creature crawled out or bandits attacked, the men on duty would not be able to do anything about it. But drawing closer, Artyom noticed something else. From behind the fire, a clear white light flash, seemingly going upward, but too briefly, as if cut short at the very beginning, not striking the ceiling, but disappearing contrary to all the laws of physics after a couple of meters. The searchlight was illuminated infrequently in indistinct intervals, which is probably why Artyom had not noticed it earlier. What in the world could it be? He walked up to the fire, politely said hello, explained that he was traveling through, didn't know about the closing of the gate, and so missed it. He asked whether he might take a rest here with the patrolman. Take a rest, sneered the man nearest him. He was a the shriveled, dark-haired man with a large, fleshy nose. He was not tall, but was seemingly very strong. "This is not a place for resting, kid. If you last till morning, you'll be doing fine." To the question of what was so dangerous about sitting by the fire in the middle of the platform, the man said nothing, but only gestured behind him with a nod of the head to where the searchlight was switched on. The others were busy with their conversation and did not pay Artyom the slightest attention. Then he decided he would finally find out what was going on around here, and went over to the searchlight. What he saw there surprised him, but explained a lot.